Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7, and we're going to take this classic 1970 2J Chaparral on one of our the newest weekly race. So, yes, this is quite a unique vehicle. If we take a look at it here, if you don't know anything about, I know all I know about this is it had those are fans on the back sucking air to stick this thing to the ground. I think it only lasted, if it lasted a whole season, I'd be surprised, but I think it might have, and then they changed the rules. But anyways, we're going to take this. Let's just show you what I've done a few things to it, but I've had to detune it because it has to be under 800 or 800 or less for the race we're going to do, and it'll be a close race. I'm going up against some pretty hot cars. World Touring Car 800 at the at that specific race course. I don't even know if I say the name, I might get demonetized. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But anyways, 800 or less. We have fuel consumption and tire wear. We're going with hard racing tires. I did put a customized transmission in there. The original transmission is a 3-speed, which is actually pretty good. It's really a bit of a dog in first gear until you get up the RPMs. So I've swapped out a bit better transmission to give that low speed a little bit better, a little bit more help. So we're going to go into maybe a 5 lean, and this is actually probably one of the best, if not the best view in cab of any car I've raced on Gran Turismo. So we're just going to it's about 7,500. About 7,500 RPM red line when it starts to bounce. So we're going to be careful with that. What do we do for fuel? Yeah, we're going to be pretty good. I think setting it at 5 lean will give us one fuel stop. Even with hard tires, we have superior handling to these. Just because of this crazy downforce setup this car has. Ooh. 70. Yeah, we've got. Sorry, I'm gonna have to pause it for 1 second here. Farm Dog Max is a bit of a princess. He likes to get covered up by a blanket when he's sitting next to me. Guess he can't play. I don't know if the other gauges actually work. I guess so. The temperature gauge is actually goes up. See the water temperature? If you keep an eye on the water temperature. Also the oil pressure gauge also. So I think the gauges actually work. I wish we had access to more of those. I don't think it actually affects performance though. Nasty, isn't he? Give me on the inside. Give me that inside corner. So we're 16th. We're slowly working our way through the field. A gaggle of cars here. Ooh, too hot into that corner. Nice thing about hard tires, I won't have to do a tire change. Smoked that chicane. And there, so we have top 3 cars taking a fuel break. We still got 2 more laps. Fuel. Probably bump up my fuel mapping a little bit. Oh. So manual transmission, no traction control, no stability control. I do have the racing line on. It's not really necessary for this race, but really neither are the braking zones, but I just have them on because I can. Slowly catching up to the 7th place. We'll only have to do one fuel stop. I really like the thin car on this car. And they're all going in with fuel. So this is where woo! I was playing with my fuel mapping, so we gotta put the pedal to the metal and make up some time here. Because we're gonna have to pit in this lap. Not doing so good for a nice clean lap though. Hoo-wee. A little dicey. I think our actual fuel gauge is hidden behind the top of the steering wheel, which is a really odd place. Okay, here we go. The pits. Don't change. A sip of coffee. We will be past. The out of the pits is really dreadfully slow. I don't even know how they would. Oh, I think that's a flap over the back wheels. If I would have changed the tires, I don't even know how they would animate that. I don't even know if they ever did change tires. So here we go. We got to go through this dreadfully slow this is painful. And they go, cars go fast. Okay, we're gonna see. We should be able to finish the race. On a tank. Four laps left, yeah. So now we gotta catch. Car ahead shouldn't be too hard to catch. I really like driving this car. I'll have to try it on a 900 performance points, because I can really crank up the horsepower on this still from what it is. Yeah, we're cutting the corners on that. Pedal to the metal. I am not using a steering wheel, it's a controller. I did try a steering wheel once with the PS2. I know steering wheels have come a long way since then, but I prefer controller. A little distracting with that tachometer to the right. We're dealing with Kelsey's guys. He's gone in for fuel. How much fuel? All three of them. We are, first place. Fuel conservation is a real thing. Matter of fact, I've won many races amongst my friends when we've had fuel consumption on just by running a clean race and managing my fuel with fuel mapping. It's not the most glorious method. But tend to win quite a few more races if you manage your fuel properly. And tires, choosing the right tires. Not great on managing tire wear, so I do tend to go with a harder tire and more horsepower to just deal with it. I tend to be very hard on tires. So we're at night. Final lap. Bringing it in the dark. I guess this thing has no lights. Not meant to race at night, I guess. Although this track is really well lit, so. It does look really nice at night, though. Yes, I'm racing on hard mode too, hardest setting. It can be done. I play this quite a bit. There are some races that are quite a bit harder than others. But it can be fun trying different cars. And things like that. I enjoy there's my favorite cars, of course, that I use, but then you jump into something like this and you can find a new favorite. There we go, we find that we managed our fuel just perfectly. There's a checkered flag. And there we go. Ta-da! All right. So, did we get clean race? No. But we took a bit of cash. Nice. Are we going to get a ticket? Oh, some moolah. Let's just take a look. Take a little look at it. It is a strange looking car indeed. Of course, we started in last place. Worst to first. Anyways, let's go collect a couple of tickets. Actually, as a little, we got 5 of them, so let's just grab all of them, and then we'll have a few less to claim next time. But so let's take the 3-star one first. All right. Well, at least it wasn't the smallest pile of cash. I was trying to save up. I have one more car to get for my collections, and I didn't have enough cash. I was trying to make. It's the was the Honda um, Pangini. I think I have that one already. No, the Honda, not the Honda Pangini. It would have been one of the Formula One Hondas. But it was $12 million. I didn't have $12 million, and by the time I got the money, it was gone. So I'll have to wait again for it. So more cash. Last ticket. And definitely going to be money. Which one is it? Okay, well, a little disappointing this time around, but that was fun. Hope you had fun. Until next time, keep racing.